Hello YouTube, hello Metal Gear Solid fans, this is the Observer and this is the trailer review for Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Well, this trailer was definitely strange, definitely, but you know, that's what we like. I mean, this trailer is beautiful, but it's strange, it's enigmatic, it's informative, it's very informative, but that's Kojima, I know. If it was anything else, it wouldn't be Kojima at all. And this is Kojima, and that's why we like him. Well, but before I start with the trailer review for Phantom Pain, I will just give a short retelling about Ground Zeroes. Well, the Ground Zeroes... But before I start with the review of the Phantom Pain, let me give a short retelling about Ground Zeroes. I mean, when Ground Zeroes were released, I mean the trailer of course, it was supposed to be, yes, this is going to be a new game. It won't be Metal Gear Solid 5, but it's going to be a new game. It's going to be prequel before Metal Gear Solid 5. Okay, interesting. What have we seen? Well, we have seen that Ground Zeroes will take place right after Peace Walker. I mean, as we have seen when Paz, okay, spoilers, when Paz was ejected from Zeke, she fell into the ocean. And she was discovered by some Cuban sailor or something like that, and she was transported to CIA camp in Cuba. And as far as we've seen, Big Boss is trying to infiltrate that Omega camp and to save Paz for some reason, I forgot, but some reason. No, to save Paz, to give them information about Cypher Code, because she's the only one who knows about Cypher or something like that. Besides that, and that we have seen also Chico, probably Chico, we don't know, it might be Chico, in camp. That trailer was 11 minutes of gameplay, graphics, Fox Engine, presentation, nothing much, nothing informative. It was okay, I mean, we have seen Big Boss, cool graphics, it was a cool trailer. I mean, yes, and of course we have seen some sort of villain, I mean, the guy who has his entire face burned. And that was about that. It was cool. And yeah, before that there was a fake Phantom Pain trailer which ends up being the true trailer. I mean, that's Kojima. That's Kojima we like. That's Kojima we like. So this trailer, it's Phantom Pain. It's Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. And as far as I understood, the Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain are the Metal Gear Solid 5. The Ground Zeroes will be an interlude. It will deal with the fall of the Mother Base, and the Phantom Pain will, well, the afterwards of Big Boss's coma. I mean, 9 years of coma. It actually even starts the trailer with Big Boss heavily wounded, and Kaz beside him, talking about how he's in, how will he survive. It's a, you know, tense situation, and it ends up that Big Boss falls in coma, and afterwards we've seen why. We have seen that Big Boss is fighting on a big shell. Okay, it's not a big shell, it might become in future, but it's a Mother Base now. Fighting Mother Base, and something is destroying it. I don't know what sort of force could have destroyed so much Mother Base and heavily wound Big Boss and everything. But we have seen that, you know, he's in scars and he's shooting from a helicopter, and the Mother Base is completely destroyed. And we have some other footage that afterwards Big Boss's coma, Big Boss have the hook on his left hand, which is strange. I actually never knew that Big Boss has an artificial arm in future games, and I'm a fan. I'm ashamed of that, but maybe it's not, maybe, who knows. But, you know, he has a hook, and we have seen that the hospital in which he was in is completely being raided by some sort of forces, and he's being helped by some guy in bandages, and you know, there's a lot of footage about they trying to escape, that random people being kidnapped, killed, etc, etc. And it looks pretty nice. It even actually has a horror feeling to it, even survival horror into it, which is interesting. And there's a lot, I mean a lot of surreal stuff happening. I mean, a guy on fire walking, you know, and it's not a guy on fire, it seems a guy who controls fire or something. The flaming unicorn and the rider, the gigantic flaming whale. I mean, there's a lot of strange stuff that never happened in Metal Gear before. And, well, it's interesting, but it's strange. I don't know what to think about it. I don't like it that much, but if Kojima has a plan, then we allow him. I mean, Kojima is God, after all. And there are a lot of stuff happening in this trailer. I mean, really, really a lot. We have seen some new characters. I mean, we have seen some guy on a horse. It looks like some sort of, I don't know, long-haired cowboy. I don't know. But some prestigious cowboy. I mean, he has... Do you know? Forget about that. Some new guy and some girl that looks like a mix between Meryl and the Psycho Mantis. And I don't know if they're villain or not. I don't even know what they are. But that guy on a horse obviously helps Big Boss. And I don't know if the guys raiding the hospitals are Cypher, or are they just some random mercenary organization, maybe even the CIA, who knows. There are a lot of unanswered questions here. And the last thing about the trailer is that, you know, Snake's open his eyes and doctor comes and says, oh, you wanna know how long you were in hospital? Yeah, you've been in coma for 9 years. 9 years, that's a lot. And after that we have seen Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain and Big Boss on a bike with a very cool jacket. You know, this is our new home, Diamond Dogs. Which is one thing that I don't really like about this, but you know, Diamond Dogs, a completely new organization, group, what? I mean, this is so close to now Outer Heaven Uprising that giving more, you know, stuff into the story won't be that good to link with original Outer Heaven Uprising. And that's where the trailer ends. Well, that was a trailer in short lines, you know, but I will like to more speak about what I expect from this trailer, from this game, you know, and I don't know where to start, but I will start with what I expect from the Peace Walker, and haven't gotten Peace Walker. Well, Peace Walker was a phenomenal game. I really, really like it, but what I wanted to see was Major Zero, Tom, as a character. He was only a character in Metal Gear Solid 3, but it will be interesting to see him now as a character. As we know, they were friends for some short of period of time. They were friends, I mean, and they formed the Patriots together. And I want to see that friendship, and I want to see... Molim, Važi. I want to see that friendship, and I want to see that how they became such bitter enemies, I mean. But nonetheless, I want to see the creation of the Patriots. I mean, at one period of time, there was, in one room, there is paramedic, Dr. Emily Clark, Sigit, Donald Anderson, Ocelot, Zero, Eve, and Big Boss. But Big Boss was more or less, you know, the heroic face they were using. He wasn't never really part of the Patriots. But nonetheless, that happened in one period of time. That happened. And we haven't seen nothing about that. Actually nothing in Peace Walker, nothing in Portable Ops, you know. And I would really, really like to see that. I would really like to see the conversation between Zero and Big Boss. I mean, I would really like to see their rivalry. That would be awesome, but we haven't seen nothing about that. Nothing. And I really hope something that will be in Ground Zeroes or in Phantom Pain. I really would like that. And I mean, in Metal Gear Solid 4, you were speaking with Eva. She said that after Metal Gear Solid 3, she found, she met with Big Boss in Vietnam. In Vietnam, they met with Big Boss, and that's where they met, and that's how both of them came to USA and joined create the Patriots along with Zero. It would be really cool to see Eve again. So, at that point, I expected in Peace Walker, but I expected this in, in Phantom Pain to happen actually. Something else. As we know, I don't know, will there be gonna be two separate games, one Ground Zero, one Phantom Pain, but they might really just be one game. They really might become. And that actually reminds me of something, and that actually reminds me of the Metal Gear Solid 2, you know, the two chapters, you know, the big shell, I mean, the tanker incident, and afterwards the raid in Sark. And it actually reminds me of something else. It actually reminds me of that we might get a new character, but that won't be Big Boss, neither Solid Snake, another playable character. It's just a theory, but it is a bad theory, but it could happen. When on the first minute of the trailer, when they say, you know, oh my god, Big Boss fell in coma, Kaz, the Kazuhura Miller, looks into direction of the camera and says, what about him? And the doctors turn around, and you know, that's very tense. So we're looking from the perspective of someone who is not Big Boss, who is not Kaz. Who could it be? Who could it be? That's so interesting. I can't wait to see the more information, the more trailers about this. But it's gonna be interesting if it's gonna be end up some character that's completely different from Ark and completely different from Big Boss or Snake, etc., etc., and how the fans will accept him. It will be really, really interesting. What else? What else? Well, as we have seen from the trailer, Big Boss was 9 years in coma, and Peace Walker is 1978, so that would be 1987. Yes, 1897. I'm not certain. I'm not certain, but I forgot when the Les Enfants Terribles project took place. But it could be while Big Boss was in coma that they took his genes and experimented with him to give birth to, you know, Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Solid Snake, and you know, it could be, and it could finally happen. It's also one thing that didn't happen in previous spin-off games, Portable of Sinner Peace Walker. We haven't seen not even the slightest dialogue of the Les Enfants Terribles, and I don't know if Big Boss knew from, you know, in Metal Gear 2, if Big Boss knew Solid Snake was his son. But I guess when you see identical yourself, you have some clue about it. But we don't know that, so we don't know. But it could happen at that time. And we also need Eve. Eve was actually a mother for the Solid Snake, Liquid, and Solidus. So where does she fall in the line here? It will be really interesting to see. I mean that. And what else I would really like to see? I mean, this game happens 9 years after the Ground Zeroes, and go all the way to tying up the story with the Outer Heaven uprising. So just see. There is no year here. No, there isn't. Yeah. I would really like to see that that it's spanning a larger time span into Phantom Pain. I would really like to see that. I know it starts with, I know, 87, it starts in 87, 86, and it goes all the way to the Outer Heaven uprising, and even more, even further. I would like to see the point of view, Big Boss point of view in Outer Heaven and in Zanzibar land. It would be really awesome. It would be really awesome to see the young Grey Fox. I mean, not the now we have seen Portable Ops, but young Grey Fox. That would be really interesting to be seen. Also, I would like to see, you know, young Solid Snake as a soldier, young Liquid as a soldier, young Solidus as a soldier, and you know, so that the time span flows, and that it actually ends with the Zanzibar land and the ultimate fall of the Big Boss. It would be really interesting to see, and it would be really a great thing. I mean, that would be a lot of content, a lot of untold questions, untold answers, and it would be really great. So that's what I'm expecting from Phantom Pain. But you know, Kojima is a god. He'll probably give us something which we will praise for a long time. But this is what I would like to see, you know. A plethora of all previous characters being thrown in this one. I would like really to see, as I said, Eva, Zero, Ocelot, maybe even Paramedic and Sigurd. Well, they were the part of Patriots after all. And Campbell, Roy Campbell. We haven't heard about him in a long time. But I would really like to see that. And that's what I'm mostly expecting about it. The trailer was awesome. Awesome. And I really can't wait for any other information about this. So, goodbye. Thank you for watching. Okay, just one more thing I forgot to mention. The Cypher as an organization. What is Cypher? I mean, they're obviously not patriots, but they were led by Zero. Like Paz, the Pacifica Oceana, have said that there was two warriors. They've lost their point of origin, the boss, and they both went in other directions. The one was preaching that the whole world needs to be unified under one to, you know, reach its ultimate peace, and the big boss was believing only by leading soldiers and giving them ultimate peace, and truth will actually, you know, provoke larger peace. And what exactly is it? I mean, it's not patriots. It's obviously not patriots. It's organization that was actually, I know, was Zero created before patriots, after patriots. I mean, not after patriots obviously, but after Big Boss left patriots. I'm not so certain. It's really strange. Maybe it's just a code name for the patriots, you know. Maybe. Who knows? But it could be really interesting, I mean, to give us some clues about that. I mean, it would be really good. So, I always wondered what the Cypher really actually was. I really wondered. Because as you know, in Portable Ops, all the way in Portable Ops, Gene was speaking on someone on the phone, and it ended up to be Zero. I mean, you know, and he was planning all that all the way back then, and all the way back then they were known as the, you know, Paramedic, Sigurd, Zero, and the Patriots were not in construction at all, and he actually, you know, was responsible for the genes, the foundation, the money, the foundation of the building his army fort, Army Heaven, which Gene actually created. So he was doing things all the way back then. Was he doing as the part of the Cypher, or just Zero, the anonymous third party? You know, or the Cypher was created after the Gene have fallen and Army Heaven have fallen and the Fox was reinstalled again. And yes, by saying Fox, I have also forgot one other thing. I have forgot about Foxhound. In some time, the big boss will become the leader of the Foxhound, and that should probably gonna be in you know, Phantom Pain, and that's why the Diamond Dogs are more confusing to me. It's a whole new concept. I mean, which haven't appeared in not in one other Metal Gear game. But you know, he in some period of time he should destroy Fox and create Foxhound. You know, the Foxhound which Solid Snake was part of, yada yada. And that could be pretty interesting. It could be that that Phantom group calling themselves Xof, the reversing of the Fox, could actually inherit the Fox name after that and, you know, become the unit for themselves, because Xof is such a lame name, and it's just a lame thing. They just, you know, inversed the name Xof. They could actually, that guy with burned face, which I have absolutely no idea who can it be. I have no idea who could it be. It could be Psycho Mantis. It could be, I know. I don't know any other guy with burned face. Maybe the Pain. Just kidding. It could be just Psycho Mantis, but the way he moves, the way, you know, it's not the way Psycho Mantis moves. But, you know, he might change afterwards, who knows. But nonetheless that, it will happen, Foxhound, the creation of Foxhound, and Big Boss becoming the commander of the Foxhound, and destruction of, well, just where Diamond Dogs, what exactly is Diamond Dogs is still unknown to me. But, you know, there could be some youth which will become Foxhound in the meantime. We don't know. We really don't know. But we can see, so goodbye again.